In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 13, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Philadelphia 76ers versus Detroit Pistons. The NBA offers a basketball extravaganza this Wednesday, featuring a riveting Eastern Conference clash between the Philadelphia 76ers and the struggling Detroit Pistons. The 76ers, boasting a commendable record of 15-7, enter the contest in fine form, having secured victories in 5 of their last 7 matchups. Their recent triumph over the Wizards, a resounding 146-101 home win, showcased a dominant performance led by Joel Embiid's 34 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists, complemented by impressive contributions from Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris. Conversely, the Detroit Pistons find themselves mired in a challenging season with a disheartening 2-21 record. Desperate to halt a daunting 20-game losing streak, they fell short against the Pacers in their previous outing, despite a valiant effort from Cade Cunningham, who posted 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. The statistical battleground reveals intriguing insights into the matchup. Philadelphia, a powerhouse on offense, faces a Pistons team that has held its ground defensively, particularly at the rim. However, injuries to key players like Jalen Duren and Marvin Bagley III have weakened Detroit's interior defense, potentially leaving them vulnerable to the Sixers' scoring prowess. In analyzing the Pistons' offensive arsenal, it becomes evident that beyond Cade Cunningham's impressive 22 points per game, they lack a reliable secondary scorer. In contrast, the 76ers boast a more balanced offensive attack, with 2 players averaging north of 25 points and 3 others contributing at least 13 points per game. Additionally, Detroit's defensive struggles, ranking 24th in the league, make them susceptible to a potent Philadelphia offense that scores 118.5 points per 100 possessions. The momentum heavily favors the 76ers, who are riding high after a dominant 45-point victory over the Wizards. While the Pistons grapple with a 20-game losing streak, Philadelphia stands as the clear favorite on the road, with the focus shifting to the margin of victory in this matchup. Considering the betting landscape, the 76ers have displayed prowess against the spread with a 15-7 record, while the Pistons lag behind at 9-14 against the spread. Despite the steep odds, the 76ers' recent form and track record suggest they are well positioned to win and cover the spread as favorites. Delving into the intricacies of their previous encounter, where the 76ers struggled with efficiency but capitalized on free throw opportunities, a similar scenario could unfold on Wednesday. Detroit's propensity for fouling, leading the league with 22.7 fouls per game, plays into Philadelphia's hands, given their impressive 85% free throw shooting. As the game unfolds, the Pistons' up-tempo style, ranking 7th in pace, coupled with their high turnover rate, sets the stage for the Sixers to capitalize on fast break opportunities. Despite Duren's absence, other Pistons players are expected to step up on the offensive end, potentially compensating for his 12.5 points per game. Both teams find themselves among the top 15 in terms of pace, promising a fast-paced, high-scoring affair. With Detroit's defensive struggles and the 76ers boasting the second-best offense in the league, expectations point towards a game where Philadelphia alone could surpass the 125-point mark. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. New Orleans Pelicans versus Washington Wizards. The New Orleans Pelicans are embarking on a journey to the East Coast, gearing up for a showdown against the struggling Washington Wizards on Wednesday night in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Currently boasting a respectable 13-11 record for the season, the Pelicans arrive with momentum from a recent triumph against the Timberwolves in their own arena. Conversely, the Wizards find themselves in a challenging position, languishing with a 3-19 record and grappling with a disheartening 5-game losing streak. In recent outings, the New Orleans Pelicans have displayed commendable form, winning 4 of their last 6 games. Their most recent victory was a resounding 121-107 conquest over the league-leading Timberwolves, where Zion Williamson spearheaded the charge with an impressive 36-point performance, complemented by noteworthy contributions from C.J. McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Jonas Valanciunas. The Pelicans showcased their offensive prowess by shooting at a 48% clip from the field and connecting on 10 of 27 attempts from beyond the arc. However, the true highlight of their triumph lay in their defensive efforts, limiting the Timberwolves to just 23 points in the second quarter, establishing a lead at halftime, and sealing the win with a decisive 9-0 run in the fourth quarter. Contrastingly, the Washington Wizards find themselves mired in a dismal stretch, losing 14 of their last 15 games. Their latest setback came in a lopsided 146-101 defeat at the hands of the 76ers. Kyle Kuzma led the Wizards with 21 points, but the team struggled to find its footing, shooting a mere 42% from the field and a paltry 9 of 31 from beyond the arc. The first half proved disastrous as the 76ers exploded for 79 points, leaving the Wizards with an insurmountable deficit. As the Pelicans prepare for the upcoming clash, the availability of Zion Williamson remains uncertain due to a left ankle sprain. Meanwhile, the Wizards continue to be without key players such as Landry Shamet, DeLon Wright, and Ryan Rollins. In recent head-to-head matchups, both teams have been evenly matched, with each securing 5 wins straight up and against the spread in their last 10 encounters. Analyzing the broader context, the Wizards face defensive struggles, ranking last in points allowed, field goal percentage allowed, and rebounding. In contrast, the Pelicans present a formidable offensive threat, especially in the paint, where Williamson, if available, could exploit the Wizards' vulnerabilities. The Pelicans, at 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games, have an advantage down low and should look to capitalize on this aspect of their game. Despite the uncertainty surrounding Williamson's participation, reports suggest he may play, adding a significant dimension to the Pelicans' offensive arsenal. With the Wizards faltering in defensive efforts, the Pelicans, with a renewed sense of purpose from their recent triumph, are poised to dominate the struggling Wizards. The Pelicans, with a healthy 14-9-1 against the spread record for the season, appear to be a solid choice to win and cover the spread as favorites against the slumping Wizards. The Wizards' evident lack of defensive prowess and their recent track record make it challenging to endorse them, even with a generous spread. Examining the Wizards' defensive frailties further, their penchant for allowing high-scoring games is evident, as seen in the 146 points conceded to the 76ers. Philadelphia's offensive explosion is not an isolated incident, with several opponents capitalizing on the Wizards' porous defense throughout the season. New Orleans, ranked 16th in scoring, stands to benefit from this defensive vulnerability, setting the stage for a potentially high-scoring affair. Considering the historical data, last season's meetings between the two teams saw the total points split, though the over has prevailed in 2 out of the last 3 encounters. In the current season, both teams have frequently exceeded the projected total, with 24 of their games landing over. Washington's offensive pace, ranked 2nd in the league, and New Orleans' recent uptick in scoring create a favorable environment for an up-tempo game. As a result, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Charlotte Hornets versus Miami Heat. In the culmination of an enthralling home-and-home series, 2 fierce Southeast Division adversaries are set to clash on the professional hardwood, aiming to secure a victory under the vibrant lights of South Beach. The Charlotte Hornets, currently on the road, embark on a journey to face the Miami Heat on a Wednesday night filled with anticipation. The previous encounter between these teams unfolded in Charlotte on Monday, with the Miami Heat narrowly escaping with a 116-114 road triumph. Despite the valiant effort of the Hornets, who managed to cover the line as a 4.5-point underdog. The historical backdrop of their regular season encounters favors the Heat, who boast a 75-48 lead and have clinched victories in the initial 2 meetings of the current season. The burning question remains, will the Miami Heat extend their winning streak to 3 against the Charlotte Hornets, or can the Hornets script a reversal of fortunes and clinch a victory? A narrative of struggle has defined the recent trajectory of the Charlotte Hornets as they find themselves mired in a challenging phase, losing 5 of their last 7 games. The bitter taste of defeat against the Miami Heat suffering a heartbreaking 116-114 loss on Monday, lingers in their minds. Terry Rozier emerged as a beacon of resilience, leading the team with an impressive 34 points and 13 assists, showcasing his prowess with a 1-0-of-17 shooting performance. Miles Bridges contributed 18 points, while Gordon Hayward and Brandon Miller added 17 and 16 points, respectively. Despite shooting 47% from the field and connecting on 17 of 41 three-point attempts, the Hornets found themselves on the wrong side of a 14-point deficit before rallying late, only to fall short in the closing moments. On the other side of the court, the Miami Heat are navigating a positive trajectory, winning 3 of their last 5 games, including the hard-fought victory against the Hornets on Monday. Duncan Robinson spearheaded the Heat's effort with a stellar performance, contributing 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Jimmy Butler added 23 points and 8 assists, while Caleb Martin and Kevin Love chipped in with significant contributions off the bench. Despite shooting 48% from the field and establishing a commanding 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, the Heat were forced to fend off a late surge from the Hornets. Miami, with a 13-10 record in the Eastern Conference, holds a 1-win advantage over the Brooklyn Nets. The challenge for the Miami Heat intensifies as they face another game without the services of Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro. Adebayo, an all-star center, remains sidelined without a definite timeline for his return. Duncan Robinson, despite a recent struggle in the previous game, rebounded admirably, demonstrating his resilience and efficiency. Robinson, along with Caleb Martin, is expected to shoulder the offensive load in Adebayo's absence, while the reliable Jimmy Butler is anticipated to deliver his customary 20-point performance. Both teams are grappling with the absence of key players, injecting an element of uncertainty into the game dynamics. The Charlotte Hornets, particularly vulnerable on the road with a 3-6 record this season, face the challenge of navigating through the absence of LaMelo Ball, a significant setback for the team. Despite Terry Rozier's elevated performance, the Hornets' defensive struggles, ranking 26th in the league, pose a formidable obstacle. In contrast, the Miami Heat showcase a more robust defensive stance, ranking 9th in scoring defense. With Miami securing victories in the 2 prior encounters this season, the odds seem tilted in favor of the Heat, especially on their home turf. Thus, the Miami Heat emerge as our favored pick to win and cover the spread as favorites here. Turning our attention to the overall scoring dynamics, the Charlotte Hornets have frequently exceeded the set benchmark, surpassing the total in 14 of their 21 games this season leading into Tuesday night. With a mid-tier standing in turnovers and pace, the Hornets bring a balanced offensive approach. In contrast, the Miami Heat have encountered a more subdued scoring environment, with the under posting a 12-11 record in their 23 games. While maintaining a disciplined turnover rate, the Heat exhibit a slightly slower pace, ranking 25th in the league. The recent history between the teams suggests a propensity for higher scoring encounters, with 5 of the last 7 meetings surpassing the projected total. Reflecting on the closely contested match on Monday, where the Hornets displayed resilience despite falling short, the stage is set for a game dominated by perimeter shooting. With Terry Rozier's exceptional 3-point display and Miles Bridges emerging as a multifaceted offensive force, the expectation is for the game to conclude just above the projected total. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.